Today I'm excited because we have our first catcher's mitt. Not only do we have our first catcher's mitt, it is a lefty. So we got this this order in. We'll take care of it. Now the good thing for my sake is that everything here along the heel, along the toe, everything here is in really good shape. It's just the actual webbing that's going to need redone. Now it's not easy, but it's at least not a full redo and lacing through here. So we'll get to work on this. We're going to give it a little bit of a clean too. You can see around the edges, just use. It's an awesome glove. All-Star, by far and away the best catcher's mitt in my opinion. But I haven't caught in 20 years, so maybe that's not worth much. This glove is awesome, and we're going to get to work. Because I've never done a catcher's mitt, I'm going to take this a little bit slower and undo laces and kind of watch the run, paying attention and making sure I can watch back in detail when I need to later. Some of them I'll just snip. This is where the spots are. Triple lace, trying to get this thing, keep this thing tight to be able to use. Absolutely understand that. So we'll still snip some spots. All right, the All-Star CM3200 has been cleaned. The All-Star 3200, CM3200. All right, the catcher's mitt, All-Star CM3200 has been cleaned. Now we're going to relace the webbing here. So, with this, we've got the bottom part of the webbing, the top part of the webbing. We're going to start once again on the left side. I don't know if it's just a comfort thing or what, but we're going to go down through here. And we're back to having a new lace. So it's a pretty long feed through and can be kind of a pain to keep straight, but we're going to come through down at the bottom and then run up. So I want to make sure we get into the right hole before we even get started here. The look of it can be a little deceptive just because we do attach the top part so it looks like it doesn't really, we're not running it right. Just don't pay attention to that. Especially with this leather in kind of rough shape right here, it's really important to make sure that that snug fit is not too tight, because that could very well potentially rip that spot up. So we send through with the smooth side facing up, and we're going to do a half twist. Alright, we're ignoring this hole. This is for a different part of the lacing job here. But now we're going to come through, do a little layover so it comes this way. And now we start the X part of the job, connecting the bottom to the top here. And there we have it, the bottom part done. We'll cut right here. Might take a little time to tighten up some of the spots before I make my cut, just because it's a little bit easier that way, but we'll tighten it up, tie it up, and then go to the top. Now that we have the bottom done, we're going to tack the top here. Now on this particular model, we're going to start this run through here. Ultimately, after we twist our way through, the final run comes out here, and then we tie it together. Now, in this instance, I knotted up the end so we don't accidentally pull it through, but I made it pretty loose so we can untie it and then make the tie at the top. But the first run is going to be through the top portion, making sure to stay as high up as possible. Now the web's just a little bit longer than my needle, but we'll get there. Pulling that all the way through. So All-Star is one of the best, if not the best, model of catcher glove, in my opinion. But this particular model doesn't actually have a whole lot of videos online, so maybe this is helping you someday. We're going to go through the second part of the lacing at the top. Make sure we twist that around. Then we come back around and into the webbing. And then we start through the top of the web. Run through there. We're going to make a little half twist at the entry point so the glove can come through, pass through the back, keeping the flat side down. That looks good. Now we're going to run straight across here. Now in here at the bottom, out through the top, back across. Make sure that twist is okay. Back across. Now this is where we were talking about before, having that double up, and it popped out, but that's okay. Actually works perfectly, except we have a little bit of the underside exposed here. I don't want that, so I'm going to pull it back through, and we're going to do that again. It'll be easier to pass it through instead of trying to twist it in after the fact. Go up through here. Still got twisted, but it's much closer. Now this time we'll be able, there we go. And there we have it. Right at the top. Hold on. Okay, that should be able to hold up for a little while longer. This can't do much about, but there we have it.